News Channel 15 presents The Film Reel, the talk show where we discuss everything going on in the world of movies and television, with hosts Bryce West and John Freeland. This is The Film Reel. Hello and welcome into The Film Reel, your number one source for everything going on in the world of movies and television. I'm your host, Bryce West, here with John Freeland, and we've got some awesome stuff to share with you guys for today, so let's get right into the box office results. Number one, Let Him Go, starring Kevin Costner and Diane Lane. They portray a couple who has just lost their son, and now they're going to help their grandson. And ironically, the two also played a couple in Man of Steel back in 2013, so that was kind of interesting. That topped at number one with $4 million. Coming in at number two is Come Play. It was number one last week, grossing around $1.8 million. Coming in at number three, a favorite here on the show. We don't even have to watch it to know that it must be a masterpiece. The War with Grandpa sticks with number three. Coming in at number four is Honest Thief, dropping down from number two last week at $1.1 million. And coming in at number five, it's still hanging in there, Tenet is in there with $900,000 in the box office. So, John, are there any surprises here for you today, or is this about what you expected?
I didn't know Let Him Go was being released.
Yeah, a lot of these movies kind of tend to sneak up on us because you never know, like, oh, is it actually going to come out, or like, you know, or because I mean, with the movies getting delayed, it's kind of hard to keep track of what they're actually going to run with and what's actually what's being delayed, essentially.
Hopefully one more movie comes in so it can finally kick Tenet out of top five.
You're ready for Tenet to be gone?
I'm waiting. It's so close now.
You're sick. You're just ready for it to be gone, so we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, if they just watch more of the Toy Story re-release, then it will push it out. Just go watch Toy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, well number six is Toy Story, a re-release there, $500,000. But yeah. So I mean, Tenet, it's only got a week or two left, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see what finally kicks it out of the top five there. So moving on into some other news. Wonder Woman is supposed to be coming out in December. Now Warner Brothers is contemplating how they're going to release that film moving forward. It doesn't seem like they're going to want to run with the theatrical run. However, they will be they're currently debating on whether or not they should go for an HBO Max release. I've also heard that they may do a theatrical release in December, but then release it on HBO Max like a month later, so people can see it basically as soon as it gets released in theaters or shortly after. So, John, this is kind of weird. We don't really get to see these theatrical releases happen, but then they go to streaming right afterwards. And this is still up in the air. They still might change this. So what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea to bring Wonder Woman to HBO Max?
At this point, with how most movies are doing in the box office, it's probably the best option because nearby where we live, there's no open theaters to even watch it.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
So HBO Max is probably like the best, or like
probably,
like
yeah.
That.
I mean, I feel like their best bet is to release the film internationally, where there are some theaters open. I know Europe is getting ready or is shutting back down again, though. But release it in wherever they can that it'll get played. But then also release it on HBO Max, so those who can't go out to the theater can go see it at home. It's an interesting situation. Nobody's really gone about it like this quite yet, to where they release it in theaters, but also here it is on the streaming service. So
which is probably the best way to do it. It could work. It's just one of those deals to where I don't know who would go to the theater and see it. People who just want to go to a theater, most people don't go to theaters.
That crowd is going to be so minusculely small. Whereas if they don't release it on streaming, if you want to go see Wonder Woman, you got to go to the theater. Now, of course, the problem with that is that a lot of people can't. So that's why they want to release it on HBO Max. But there's plus sides and then there's negatives to both sides. So there is really no right answer to how these studios should be running these things right now. Because, of course, they threw hundreds of millions of dollars into these films that they probably are never going to get back now. So they've got to find out what the best way is to make as much money back as possible and not lose ridiculous amounts of money releasing these films. So moving on now, Mads Mikkelsen is rumored to be replacing Johnny Depp in the Fantastic Beasts movies as the main villain Grindelwald. Johnny Depp has recently been removed from the project due to some controversy, I guess. It's a little bit of an interesting scenario. We talked about it last week, and it seems like to be a pretty messy situation through Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's divorce. Mads Mikkelsen is known for playing Hannibal Lecter in Hannibal, so people have already started photoshopping him into different photos, making him look like Grindelwald. So, John, what do you think? Do you think he's got the Grindelwald look, or do you think are you agreeing with the thousands of people petitioning to bring back Johnny Depp?
I would agree with that. Johnny Depp should come back. I don't think he is going to at this point to do his statement online, but as a replacement, he doesn't look too far off, and I feel like he could do the role well.
I mean, it is such an unfortunate situation because Fantastic Beasts, I said this last week, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald was so terrible that Johnny Depp's Grindelwald was basically the only good part of the film. And now that isn't there, I basically have no interest in Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Like, at all. I understand that there's some controversy. However, in court, they did, I do believe they went to court, Depp and Heard, and the court decided that Depp didn't do anything. However, then Depp sued the Sun, who ran the story about the allegations accused of with Depp, and he lost. So he won one, he lost one, and so Warner Brothers just decided to nix him out of the franchise. However, J.K. Rowling has also had controversy. However, she is still involved, so it seems like they're kind of picking and choosing who to fire here, because Ezra Miller, who is also in Fantastic Beasts and The Flash, has also had some pretty serious controversy that has been proven. There was video of him attacking someone, and he didn't get removed from the project. So it seems like it's just like, what warrants this?
Yeah.
Like what warrants to be fired here? Because Depp was proven in court. They decided that he did not do what he was accused of, abusing his wife. And so, but there's video of Ezra Miller actually attacking someone.
Yes.
And he's still on the project. So I am just, I just don't get it. I just don't understand what their criteria is here. You know, John, am I in the wrong here? Like,
I feel like they're just trying to avoid as much controversy at the moment with how like social media has gotten. So like, if there's any chance of anything happening, they just want to clear it. But I don't know why they haven't done it for other people.
But J.K. Rowling has come out and made a bunch of transphobic comments, and then Ezra Miller attacked someone. Don't get me wrong; it did seem like that the fan was kind of harassing him verbally. However, he did make it physical, and he did attack the fan. So that is assault.
Yes.
So somebody who in court was said not to have attacked someone, and then somebody who's on video actually attacking someone, you'd think you'd fire the person who actually attacked someone, and not the person who didn't. So I
feel like they just ruined their own series by taking out their main.
I agree. Because like I said, Johnny, whoa, there goes my mic there. We still on? We still on? Okay. So Johnny Depp was the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people would agree with me. So I just don't know what Fantastic Beast has anymore to bring people out to the theater, because the second Fantastic Beast was already the lowest grossing Harry Potter film in the Harry Potter universe film in the series. So they're already on a decline. Now they've lost one of their biggest stars. So I don't know. Let's just say I am not too optimistic about the Fantastic Beasts franchise going forward in the future, but we'll see. Maybe Mads Mikkelsen will bring something to the role that Johnny Depp didn't. We will have to just wait and see next year, hopefully. So with that being said, a long Fantastic Beasts rant over, we're going to take a quick break, and right after this, we've got some TV news right after this.
News Channel 15, winner of the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Award for the nation's best community college TV station.
It just takes a moment to spread from one person to another. So how do you break the germ cycle? Wash your hands often and always after coughing, sneezing, handling food, and going to the bathroom. Lather the front, back, and in between for at least 20 seconds. If there's no soap or water available, use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Regularly disinfect common surfaces, including your phone. These small things can help break the germ cycle.
The tri-state source for alternative rock is 89.1 The Bash. Connect with us wherever you are on social. Listen live on our free mobile apps, online, or on TuneIn. We are today's hit alternative, 89.1 The Bash. Here in Southern Illinois, we all know the weather can change in an instant. When severe weather strikes, you can count on the team at News Channel 15 to provide you the latest information to keep you and your family safe. From watches and warnings to storm spotter information with our direct link to the National Weather Service, the team at News Channel 15 is here to give you the most up-to-the-minute severe weather coverage, not only on air but also online and on our Facebook page. News Channel 15, putting Southern Illinois first. News Channel 15 presents Sports Extra, a weekly look at local and area sports. See it Thursday nights at 6:30 on News Channel 15, also posted to our Facebook page. It's Sports Extra.
Welcome back into the film reel. Moving on to some TV news. WandaVision has finally announced its release date. The highly anticipated Marvel Cinematic Universe Disney Plus original show will be releasing on the service January 15th, 2021. Not too long away. Fans were expecting a release this year in 2020. However, it does seem like they have pushed it just barely into 2021 on January 15th. John, are you excited for WandaVision?
I'm very excited. I can't wait to see like their original like uniforms now. Like,
oh yeah, because they seem to be going throughout
time
travel,
stuff.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean that we showed the trailer here a couple months ago, and it was kind of crazy. So nobody really knows what to think of this show.
Yeah, I want to find out like what it's about. And everything.
Some alternate universe time travel maybe-ish stuff. So, and they have their original suits from the comics, which look absolutely ridiculous, but that's the point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, we finally have a release date, January 15th, 2021. Do you think this is too far, or do you think this is sooner than you expected?
This is definitely sooner than I expected.
Oh, you thought it would be delayed further?
Yeah, I thought most of their shows were going to be delayed longer.
Yeah.
But I guess since it's on Disney Plus, they didn't have to delay it too far.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was one of those shows to where they had maybe gotten most of the filming done before the shutdown.
Yeah.
I know Falcon and the Winter Soldier really suffered because they had to like stop shooting in the middle. Like I'm pretty sure everybody was told to leave during a shooting day because Georgia lockdown procedures took place. So yeah, and then so Falcon and Winter Soldier was actually originally supposed to come out first, but now WandaVision looks to be coming out first, January 15th, 2021. Definitely very exciting for Marvel Cinematic Universe fans, and we are definitely anxiously waiting to see what this show has in store. In some somber news now, game show host Alex Trebek has died. With his earnest but kind demeanor, Trebek presided over the hit show Jeopardy for more than 3 decades. Stephanie Alam has more on his life and career.
This band's monster album included Crush with Eyeliner. REM.
Jeopardy's Alex Trebek had all the answers on the popular game show. The revamped version of Jeopardy was an instant hit when it debuted in 1984. With its distinctive answer and question format, the syndicated game show made the Canadian-born Trebek a star.
Luck plays a very important part in success in television. If you're lucky enough to wind up on a show that the people take to heart, then you're set.
Jonathan.
What is the elbow?
The long-running game show earned him 5 Daytime Emmy Awards and a Lifetime Achievement Award for Outstanding Game Show Host from the Television Academy.
Being nominated is nice. You don't get too excited about it, but I'll tell you something, if I were not nominated, I think I'd be disappointed. I'd be sad. Because you work hard, you do your best, you think you're doing quality work, and you want to know that people recognize you for that.
Jeopardy wasn't his only gig. The husband and father of 3 also hosted the National Geography Bee for 25 years.
A city that is divided by a river of the same name.
The talented host became a U.S. citizen in 1998 and was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame the following year.
I'm truly honored. I don't feel I deserve it, but there are a lot of other things in life that I've had that I didn't deserve and I've enjoyed and suffered with.
In the middle of Jeopardy's 18th season, Trebek made headlines when he shaved his signature mustache. He told Larry King it was all on a whim.
I just walked into the makeup room and I said, give me the hair clippers. And I just went zip, took it right off, just to see what it would look like on camera. The audience reacted pretty favorably. When I went home, however, my wife and my 2 kids did not even notice.
Family and fans both took notice when Trebek suffered through some health scares. There were 2 mild heart attacks, one in 2007 and another 5 years later. In 2017, surgeons removed blood clots from his brain. And then in 2019, this announcement to fans.
This week, I was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Now, normally, the prognosis for this is not very encouraging, but I'm going to fight this.
Trebek often gave back to his community and was a strong supporter for charities such as World Vision, the USO, and the National Geographic Education Foundation. The affable host was grateful for his rich television career and kept it all in perspective.
When I leave, somebody younger will be doing the show, and it'll carry on. Shows have a life that is independent of their hosts. That doesn't mean that they won't miss the host, but they'll develop an allegiance to the new guy. And that's the way it should be, because it's a quality program.
And even though the show must go on, Alex Trebek will be forever remembered as the irreplaceable host of Jeopardy!
Trebek's Jeopardy episodes will air through Christmas. Alex Trebek was 80 years old. With that being said, we're going to take another quick break, and after this, Alec, in celebration of Veterans Day, has his top 5 war movies.
At First National Bank, we are committed to providing our customers with superior customer service. Whether in person or over the phone, our goal is to provide a positive customer experience each and every day. Give us a call or stop in one of our local branches today.
No matter what your favorite show is, News Channel 15 has you covered. Now available on Roku and Apple TV smart devices.
The tri-state source for alternative rock is 89.1 The Bash. Connect with us wherever you are on social.
All ghosts get swept away. It didn't used to be this way.
Listen live on our free mobile apps, online, or on TuneIn. We are today's hit alternative, 89.1 The Bash.
Now, more of the Film Reel with Alec Vaughn.
Hi everyone, I'm Alec Vaughn, and you're watching the Film Reel here on News Channel 15. And in honor of Veterans Day this past week, I am going to be doing my top 5 favorite war movies. Alright, at number 5, I have Platoon. This is one of Oliver Stone's first big movies. This movie focuses on his experiences in the Vietnam War. He volunteered to join the Vietnam War because he wanted to prove something to his father, and the film shows all of his experiences and all the horrors that he experienced in Vietnam. And at number 4, I have Apocalypse Now, which is another Vietnam War movie. This movie focuses on Martin Sheen, who's trying to hunt down Marlon Brando, who left the army and is establishing his own organization in Vietnam, and so he's assigned to hunt him down and kill him and by any means necessary. And at number 3, I have 1917. This movie isn't hardly a year old, and it's one of my favorite war movies ever. The film focuses on 2 friends who are assigned a mission to save a group of 1,300 men from not going into a march against the German lines because it's a suicide mission. And so they have to go to Colonel Mackenzie, and they travel all across the battlefield. And one of the friends dies because he was trying to save a German pilot from a burning airplane, and he was killed just because he was just trying to save him. And that's one of the most powerful scenes in the movie. I also like the scene when the attack is getting ready to commence in the end of the movie, and Schofield is running across no man's land to try to reach the letter. And it's a fun movie, and the camera always focuses on the 2 friends, and you're with them the whole journey. And at number 2, I have Full Metal Jacket. This one is a dark comedy. It's about a group of friends who get drafted into Vietnam, and they're in this boot camp, and they have this really tough drill sergeant who's really hard on them and really harsh on them. And he's really harsh on the chubby guy named Private Lawrence, who he names Private Snowball. And he names him Private Snowball because he always makes mistakes. And whenever he makes mistakes, the soldiers get onto him, and he becomes really dark the more drills he commences. And he eventually shoots the drill sergeant and eventually himself. And then the friends go to Vietnam, where they experience a lot of stuff. And the ending to it has a very controversial ending, which I'm not going to spoil for you. And at number 1, I have Saving Private Ryan. This movie focuses on the landing of Normandy, like D-Day, on June 6, 1943. It focuses on Tom Hanks and a group of other soldiers who are trying to find Private Ryan, who's played by Matt Damon, who had 3 brothers that died during the Normandy invasion. And so they're going through France in order to try to find him and bring him back to his family. And it's a really powerful movie. It's considered to be, to some people, the greatest war movie of all time, and you can argue with that. And that's going to do it with me here on News Channel 15. I'm Alec Vaughn. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Alec. Now we're going to take a look at the trailers for Breach and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion special.
Departure for New Earth to commence in T-minus 3 minutes.
First jump.
Yeah, just a little friendly advice.
Just get out of my seat. Come on.
There you go.
Welcome to the last ship making the journey to New Earth. For the next 6 months, we will blaze across space and time. I hope it's the paradise they said it would be.
Hey, where you been hiding?
I don't know what could have done this.
Something seems to be dissolving him from the inside out. It's not human. And it might still be out there.
If it's out there, we kill it.
You remember how to use one of those things?
What do you think? Look up! Light him up!
There are 300,000 souls on this ship.
So we're headed to New Earth at the speed of light with an alien?
Yeah, we got it.
What are you gonna do? Improvise!
Bullets were useless.
What about fire?
Might work.
All right, who wants barbecue?
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince.
How crazy is it walking in here? I've always been able to recognize chemistry.
Will and Alfonso, from the very beginning, were just playmates.
This is my brother Carlton. He knows we can't afford any bigger clothes, so he just doesn't grow.
Nobody ever asked me if I could act.
This Joker!
And you couldn't.
And you couldn't!
I had no aspirations to act.
Jeff turned down the show literally 10 times.
Will is very good at talking me into things.
They said, oh, we want you to audition for this new sitcom with a rapper. I said, pass.
Tape night was special. It was just kind of like a Friday night party.
We each grabbed percussion instruments.
It was a full-on experience. Yeah, all right, we're about to go on stage. The audience is out there.
It was the hottest ticket in town, as they called it.
James is the heart of the show.
James Avery was this 6'4" Shakespearean beast, and I wanted him to think I was good.
How come he don't want me, man?
I fall into his arms at the end of the scene, and he's holding me, and the shot pans off, and he whispered in my ear, now that's acting.
I didn't realize how many people we were reaching.
There will always be a piece of all of us in that living room.
Our show meant Black excellence to people. The excellence was the way that we loved each other.
I couldn't celebrate 30 years of Fresh Prince without Janet.
Wow. Ooh, wow.
There it is, as it said right there, 30 years in the making, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. That is a pretty major get for HBO Max right there. I'm sure that will definitely bring in quite a bit of viewership right there. I didn't really even watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that much, and I'm pretty interested in that, just to hear like the stories on set and what it was like making the show. So as somebody who wasn't even really that big of a Fresh Prince fan, this has got me kind of intrigued. John, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm also very. I watched a couple scenes.
Yeah, I watched episodes here and there. Like if they were on, I would turn it on, but
like I didn't have a way to go and like watch.
And obviously, thing. I don't know if you can see us right now, but we weren't exactly born whenever the show was like airing. Well, at least whenever it first came out. So definitely like 90s kind of that time. So
I'm
we were
glad
kind
they
of
got,
a little bit past it, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm glad they got Will Smith back in because I know
like
Men in Black didn't get Will Smith, and that like destroyed their movie. And so like I'm glad they're actually able to get Will Smith in, so they can have like the entire cast come back.
For sure. Yeah, I mean that definitely looks interesting. What'd you think of the other trailer we showed?
It seems like a interesting movie.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty par for the course alien horror thriller.
Are they planning on releasing it on a streaming system, or?
I think it was. It was in select theaters, but then it'll be on digital the same day. Actually, kind of similar to what we were just talking about with Wonder Woman. So, but I don't think it's like a streaming service. I think it's just direct to digital. So you can just buy it.
You can just buy it. And
so, yeah, it's typical alien movie, so not really much to talk about there. But with that being said, we're going to wrap things up here on the Film Reel. I am Bryce West. This is John Freeland. Have a great night.